Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Or is it morning? Yes, it is morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are going to do another mod review. This time, the mod is Trapcraft. Now, Trapcraft is a mod that adds, well, a variety of traps to the game. Not very many, but they're effective at what they do. And we can already see an example of one of these traps. These wooden steves. They are made out of wood and a steve head. And basically what they do is they will attract mobs to them. Enemy mobs, the ones that want to eat your face. And no fancy structures this time, just this little tent. And let's go ahead and get some mobs going here. And we are going to need it to be nighttime. Yeah, but look at all those nasties out there. Of course, none of them are close enough. So we're going to have to get some substitute mobs. Ooh, one did get close enough. And as you see, there's a hole in the ground now. That is because these guys are surrounded by pits with spikes in them. And as you see, that zombie there, well, they're all just blindly walking in the hole, trying to get at his wooden flesh. Needless to say, it doesn't quite work on big slides. You will need a slightly bigger hole for these guys. Yes, and these guys can take damage. Yeah. I'll take care of him. Let's turn those sounds down a little bit. I need to hear myself think. That's a little better. Just die already. Anyway, I am going to show you all the traps. And to make all of them, this is all the stuff you need. Grass, brown wool, lapis, wooden planks, redstone, iron, cobble, nether, pressure plate, and sticks. Right, so the most basic trap, sticks and grass. And you get this grass covering. Which functions like so. No! My steves are being destroyed! As you see, the steves work quite effectively at attracting attention. Great for if you want to keep attention away from you. See, next up on the trap list. Oh my! That steve got blown up. Poor guy. Anyways, next up on the list, we have the steve. Simply put lapis and brown wool in any crafting grid, like so, and you make the dummy head. Then if you want to keep your mobs dying, keep it nighttime, simply make a pit. We're going to make this one a little bit bigger. And, oh yes, before we make that pit, I'm going to show you a different trap other than the spikes. It requires 5 iron ingots and a pressure plate, and you get bear traps. And the spikes are just like so. So let's go and put some bear traps at the bottom of this pit. And you notice that bear traps tend to make the area very dark when they're close together. I'm pretty sure that's a simple lighting glitch, but shouldn't bother you, considering you're probably going to be putting most of these into a ground. Here we have a slight problem. You have to be semi-skilled at finding the edge of these coverings. Oh, here we have our first visitor. As you see, the bear traps clamp shut. He's not supposed to be able to move, though. I think being trapped in multiple bear traps has got him sliding around. Anyway, this is how you make a Steve. Very simple. Of course, it doesn't work if creepers are just gonna stop before the pits. Oh well. Just for fun. So, in a way, the bear traps are much more effective than spikes, as they prevent the enemy mob from moving. However, they are one-time use, then you have to go and reactivate them. Which you simply do by going up to them and right-clicking, and that springs it back open. And you seem to get some sort of crazy dance party with items that fall on them. Excuse me, I had to sneeze there for a moment. Anyway, next trap. The next trap we have is called the Igniter Trap. And what these do is pretty much they set things on fire. Stay night. Now you do need to give them redstone power, which you kind of just plop a torch right next to them and they'll turn on. Hey there, you gonna help us demonstrate? Come on, don't be shy. Hop in the fire. Alright. I guess I'll get a zombie for it. Basically, it works the exact same as having a fire. However, this one's able to be turned on and off. So if you like surrounding your base with netherrack, I'd recommend using those instead and having a switch to turn them on and off if you have an issue with frame rates. Alright, next up on our trap list, well, it isn't really a trap. Simply take redstone, iron, and 7 wooden planks of any color, and you get a magnetic chest. Now these are great for if you have a mob system. Just plop down the magnetic chest, and any items that come into contact with it, it will suck up and put inside. And speaking of mob systems, I don't even know what they're shooting at anymore. Well, speaking of mob systems, there is one last trap that's not really a trap. It's called the fan. Basically what this does, once you power it, it'll make an air current. So you can have items fall, and it can blow it into a magnetic chest. And let's see, how far does this blow you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It moves you 6 blocks over. And you can fight the fan. But what about when there's 2? Now is this one actually blowing or? Nope. Now it is. When there's 2 fans, it blows twice as hard. I'm fighting this with all my strength, and it's still blowing me back. Let's see. Alright, so this is where it blows me to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Still only 6 blocks, though. 6. So you could have a trap like the igniter. Oh yeah, they don't turn on until there's a block update near them. You could have an igniter and it will blow mobs into the fire. In fact, let's give that a try. Do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. to say with a hole that size, you can only fit one mob in at a time. Let me take a moment to set something up. Behold! Yes, this is compatible with Plasmacraft, so you can make some interesting mob traps, or even just some sort of target practice area. Ha ha ha! Behold the Cyclone of Death. I do find this very entertaining. Do not ask why. It could be I'm simple-minded like that. Anyway, Trapcraft. Fairly simple mod. Adds fairly entertaining items to the game. And they're also items that are very useful in making mob traps. Like, say you have an ethos-style mob farm, you know, buried underground with the ability to summon hundreds of mobs per minute. And instead of using lava blades, instead put a spike trap at the very end of it, and well, here, let me show you. There. Alright, so say that at the end of your trap you have a pit of spikes. And of course, if all the mobs die on the spikes, then you're not going to be able to get the items, because the items will be sitting on the spikes. Simply put a couple fans there. And give them power. Ah, slight problem there. Spikes are one block lower. One or two portions of a Y lower than the fan's blowing ability. Let's try with this. There you go. You just put the fans at the same level as the spikes, give them power, and it will blow the items out of the area. In fact, I wonder... Haha! So you can even have it completely enclosed so that spiders are getting killed on the spikes, and it'll pop out the string. In fact, give a quick demo here. Simple as that. Well, I'm going to be ending this mod review now. And I think we might as well end it with a bang. And it looks like there's a lovely little NPC village over here that's willing to contribute its facilities for our ending. Blah, 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 blah. Do, 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 do. Hello there, Testificate Village. Do not mind me, I'm just here to do an inspection. Alright. Let's see, my rating of Trapcraft. I will give it a 7 out of 10. Why 7? Well, it does what it does well, but it could have a couple more traps. Let's see, let me try thinking of one. Here, need to think. You know what? There's no exploding trap. It should have an exploding trap. But that's what TNT is for. No. I want an exploding trap that takes up only one spot, not 3. Anyway. Let's go. Farewell!